Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia Hernandez, and today I will be talking about why comprehensive sex education should be taught in schools. First, I want to explain the importance of the topic. Did you know that according to a report made by the CDC, around 55% of teenagers in the United States have had sexual intercourse by age 18? This is more than half of teenagers in the US. So due to this large number of teenagers that engage in sexual practices, there is a very important need to have better sex education programs in schools. But you may be asking, what exactly is comprehensive sex education? Comprehensive sex education is a method that incorporates various aspects of sexuality, such as the use of contraception, consent, and the mental, physical, and emotional aspects that are impacted by sexuality. In summary, comprehensive sex education should be taught in schools because it prevents the negative outcomes associated with unprotected sex. It discusses sexuality without shame, and it prepares teenagers for future healthy relationships. The first point that I want to address is the prevention of negative outcomes associated with unprotected sex. The main concerns that are usually surrounded by sex are the prevention of unwanted pregnancies and the prevention of sexually transmitted diseases. According to a study made by Ravite and Enriquez in 2019, most sex education programs that are taught in schools, especially the ones that focus on abstinence-only education, are not effective at preventing these situations. In fact, on the contrary, comprehensive sex education programs have demonstrated their effectiveness at decreasing teen pregnancy and delaying sexual initiation. The second point that I want to address is discussing sexuality without shame. According to Goldfarb and Lieberman, most teenagers agree that the reason they do not feel represented or comfortable with their sex education programs at their schools is because these programs mostly focus on risk reduction topics exclusively, such as the prevention of unwanted pregnancies and the prevention of diseases, but they do not talk about other things such as sexual orientation or pleasure. And this is very important because teenagers should know about these things. The third point is preparing teenagers for healthy relationships. It is not enough to tell teenagers that they should prevent pregnancies and diseases. Sex is about more things than just this. So teenagers should be informed about the importance of forming and maintaining healthy relationships, as well as their right to decide whether, when, and with whom to engage in sexual behavior. Now that we know about the importance of comprehensive sex education, how can we implement comprehensive sex education in schools? First, we have to train teachers to deliver high-quality information. And this is by giving them the right information that is medically accurate and age-appropriate. The second thing is to engage parents and communities. While we cannot change the opinion of everyone, especially with such a delicate topic such as sex education, we cannot do this, but what we can do is give them the right information so they can make different decisions. And finally, we have to talk to teenagers and answer their questions. When we give teenagers all of this information, the most natural thing is that they will have a lot of questions, and they should have a person that can answer their questions in a responsible manner. In conclusion, sex isn't a bad thing. It is not a bad thing at all, and we should not be ashamed to talking to teenagers about it. In fact, teenagers need this information so they can safely make decisions that are right for them. In conclusion, comprehensive sex education programs should be taught in schools because they prevent the negative outcomes associated with unprotected sex. They discuss sexuality without shame, and it protects teenagers. It prepares teenagers for healthy relationships in the future. Thank you for listening to my talk. I hope you liked it, and I'll talk to you later.